Hi, my name is James. Welcome to James Reflects. So, something I want to talk about today is personal growth. We all have different ways of dealing with life, life's challenges, and that's okay. It's what makes us different. But what it really comes down to is how you come back from those things, how you come back from challenges that you face, all those ups and downs. Biggest things that you can take away from personal growth are: what are you putting into a situation if you're having a challenging moment? Because what you're putting into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're dealing with something that's challenging, look at the variables. Look at what you're putting into it. Look at how you're handling it, your perspectives. You know, the saying goes, ignorance is bliss. But that saying just means that you can be ignoring something that could be really bothering you. So then you're blissful. But here's the other way, the other side of the spectrum of that. Knowledge is power. So if you choose to utilize a different perspective and how you're taking in the experience, what is this teaching me? How is this something that I can utilize to leverage myself in my life? You know, I just had an experience just now. I make a lot of different fermented drinks and foods. And so I decided to make some ginger beer, and I bottled it up. I had made it with pretty much ginger, water, sugar, and this ginger bug that ferments. Basically, the fermentation eats the sugar creates carbonation. So when I bottled it up, I put it next to a warm spot in my house. I woke up this morning, I turned the heat on a little higher because I like a little warmer when I wake up. And I was in the other room, and next thing I know, I hear this like loud pop, and I'm like, what was that? And at first I thought it was my furnace, and I was looking at my furnace and I was wondering if it was something in the furnace that broke, because I started to smell like something was burnt, like kind of like when you're baking something and it goes on the bottom of the stove, and it started smelling like that. And I was kind of worried that there was something wrong with the furnace and that it was broken. But what ended up happening is one of the ginger beer bottles that I was fermenting, it was a different bottle than some of the other bottles, and the cap popped off. And it led me into looking at the furnace, and then I realized I had to change the filter for the furnace because the filter was dirty. So I did that, and then I made sure that the furnace was functioning properly. There was no smoke coming out of it. And then when I realized it was a ginger beer that had exploded, I was actually kind of relieved, because I was wondering what that loud pop was. I thought it was something in a part of the house I couldn't even see. So instead of getting upset and worrying and being mad that this was going on, I looked for things that I could leverage myself in the situation. And I cleaned up the mess with the ginger beer exploded, went all in the cabinet I had it in. I had to clean up the cabinet and clean the carpet. I was grateful that the glass didn't explode. I was grateful that it wasn't anything worse. I was grateful that it wasn't the furnace that was broken. And a lot of our initial reactions when stuff happens is to just react and not really try to find a solution. And that, I think that that is one of the biggest lessons that we can have when we're dealing with challenges and personal growth. How is something that is happening to us, not why is this happening to us, why is this happening to me, but what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to lead me to? Is this trying to lead me to something better, bigger, something that I can leverage myself on? Huge opportunities when stuff like this happens. And I can definitely attribute my calm moments of dealing with the situation to my constant meditation practice. And I'll talk about more about meditation in another video, but basically I've been practicing some guided meditations and they've been helping me a lot. I've quit a lot of addictions because of meditations, and I'm a totally new person. And I know that the old me would be stressed out, not knowing what to do in difficult situations. And it's not like this stuff happened overnight. It's something that took me a while. It took me time, took me moment after moment of having the opportunity, either being stressed out or learning from an opportunity to get me to the point of like, okay, here's a stressful situation. How do I deal with it? It takes practice. It's like exercise. You got to practice your mind, got to practice your central nervous system, got to practice your ability to stay calm in really difficult moments, choose stillness, not get angry, not allow those things to throw you off guard in other places in life. And I'll make points that taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually are all things that will help you achieve your ability to deal with these adversities and how you overcome them. Because like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. You don't bear the fruit of the tree, of the seed that was planted that day. You have to go through things. You have to exercise all these other parts of yourself to get better at it. And it's okay to feel how you're feeling in the moment. Don't feel like you have to be so hard on yourself that you have to get it perfect right away. It doesn't work like that. You really just have to have patience with yourself. Give yourself space and time and love so that you can get through any challenges that you're going through, and you can allow for that personal growth and how you deal with things. Thanks for listening to me, guys, today. Hope you have a blessed day.